Good afternoon. My name is Wendy Gaylor, and I'm with the Bedford Area Chamber of Commerce. I'm the president and CEO, and we're coming at you today on Chamber Vibes. And our special guest today is Traci Blido, who is our Bedford County Economic Director right here for all of Bedford County. You've got a huge area, but we want to welcome you and thank you for coming on today, Traci.
Thanks for having me. I love this new space for this podcast.
Isn't it fabulous? It photographs very well.
Yeah.
A lot of ambiance in here. Well, we're excited to have you on, but I like to start with a fun question so people can find out a little bit more about you. And my first question is, tell me about your favorite virtual game. And I know you got one.
Yeah, because you asked me that question in your office on camera, and you asked me what I hope to get for Christmas, and I just off the top of my head was like, you know what? After all we've been through in 2020, I want a game of some kind. So my husband got me a Oculus Quest 2, where you put this contraption on your head and like a bandana, but it's got a visual thing that you see, and you're immersed in these video type of workouts. There's games like you can golf, you can do all sorts of things in one little space while you're immersed in this new world all around you. So that is my reprieve. I do that. I go into that in the evening. It's probably not a good idea to do right before you go to bed because then
right, you're so
filled with all of that.
Sure.
But my favorite thing to do is workouts. I'm really starting to get into shape. Like
that's wonderful.
There's one called Supernatural, and you have a real coach that's in front of you coaching you. Then they go away, but you still hear them while you're doing all these things. And it's really cool.
I bet I bet he is so much having so much fun watching you.
He liked it so much he bought one for himself.
Oh, there you go.
So now we play each other in golf, and I get upset when he beats me.
A little bit of competition there.
Exactly.
Well, that's fun in the house. That's awesome. Well, I love to hear those stories. And we're excited about everything that you're doing because you are very busy for Bedford County, such a large territory, a lot of businesses to cover. But you're doing a fabulous job, and we're blessed to have you. My first question is, how has COVID-19 changed the business environment for Bedford?
COVID-19 has changed the business environment all over the world.
Yes.
So everyone's in the same boat. I believe that our county has fared it very well. I mean, I know that our numbers on COVID have gone up, but when you look at the business aspect of it, our businesses fought to survive, and they generally have. I mean, you've heard of very few that have failed. They knew where to get the help and how to get the help. And yes, you and I helped them know that. But in addition to that, there's just kind of a fighting spirit here, and people want to help each other out. So that's exactly what happened.
I believe that too, Traci. I feel that, everyone is here to help each other. I think we've got that kind of climate for Bedford,
Right.
And it is Bedford strong, and we're stronger together. And I think everybody has really embraced that.
Yeah.
And that is what makes me feel like Bedford is our own little area where we want to help each other and make sure that, nobody is falling behind. And we're going to do everything that we can to help them survive.
Yeah.
So what are some of the best ways for businesses to get the resources that they need?
Well, the first thing is call your economic development office, call
Absolutely.
your local chamber, because chambers can help network you and get you connected with like-minded and people that can help you and assist you. But economic developers will be able to provide help for workforce needs, for grants and loans, and connect you and network you where you need the help. And the fact that we have a local economic development authority, they provide a lot of assistance through my office. So the first thing is just let us know what your needs are.
That's so wonderful. And people do need to know, come to you first, and then, absolutely the chamber.
I will help them with what I can do, but I will also connect them to the local chamber, to the Small Business Development Center. They offer great classes for $10. They only have a $10 thing so that they can ensure that you're coming. But really, it's a free thing. They offer free counseling for writing business plans and getting up to running. Even getting on Google Maps, they will guide you in how to do that for free.
Right. It's so fabulous.
So there's quite a few different resources that we have.
Yes, absolutely. Great great resources. So, talking about our entrepreneurial ecosystem here, how do you think that's changing, and what are the next steps to spur the growth?
So, interestingly enough, when we have a downturn or a blip, as we call this COVID thing, um, basically what it does is it creates creativity in minds of people. So, when they go through this, they might use their creative mind because they have more time. They're not running around like they used to. So, they might use that as an avenue to do art or to do something creative like that. But many of them will come up with business ideas. They might even change their career during this time. But so entrepreneurship, what we've seen is that in Bedford County, if you look at us compared to some of the other localities even around us, our startup firms, we have more startup firms in Bedford County than we do in neighboring counties.
That speaks volumes.
Yeah.
Right there. And there's so many resources, like we've been talking about the Gauntlet program too, which helps launch business ideas and, give them their business plan, and then they can actually win prizes. I mean, there's so many different.
And we've seen more activity. So entrepreneurs are doing what they do best, is coming up with how to survive and how to grow their business and how to pivot. I mean,
That's
they
right.
always know how to pivot, but in a year where you do pivot, they've gone that extra step. So we have had, for example, just more activity in general, more prospect activity, more people looking to come to Bedford County to start their or to expand their business. We've had more building permits than we've ever had in Bedford County. I mean, it's interesting to see the creative level, and that goes all the way to entrepreneurship as well.
And with that growth, and kudos to you guys for all that you're doing that's helping to spur that along. And so, what do you think makes Bedford different and really helps the businesses here?
Well, I mean, when you look at economic development, what is that? That's not a Traci Blido thing. That is what is the environment that we as a community are providing that helps businesses to thrive. And yes, I play a role in that, but so do you, and so does all of your listeners here today. We all are about, the Board of Supervisors and the local town council. They're about creating the guidelines that you work from. So the tax system and the local tax system. We can't do anything about the state and the federal,
Right.
but you know what I'm saying. Like what are we going to do? For example, they did away about 10 years ago with merchants' capital tax. So that is just an example. That's why you see in Forest, for example, so many car dealerships, because they're not getting taxed on January 1 like they are in other localities
Right.
for their inventory. So there's no business license tax and no merchant's capital tax. And then in general, we have low real estate taxes. We have great workforce. So there's, all of that. And we're situated. We're between two, and really not just between, but part of two larger metros, the Roanoke and the Lynchburg. We are technically in the Lynchburg region, but because we're so close to Roanoke on the western side, we can really pull from workforce from both directions and resources from both directions.
It's kind of the sweet spot, right?
Exactly.
So, you're in the know. So, what are some new businesses that you can talk about that are coming to our area in 2021 or 2022, or expansions?
That's right. So you'll hear economic developers joke and say, I could tell you, but then I'd have to kill you. But no, we do have sort of like for prospects there's competition with other states and things like that. We have to keep it on the low because it can really jeopardize. But right now I am actually working on trying to find a new and highest use and best use for the Teva facility. And I've had 2 prospects just this past 7 days.
Oh my goodness,
for
that's
that
fabulous.
facility. So knock on wood, we hope to see a better use for that than we have right now. The Teva employees have moved out, and Teva's they're working on selling it, and I've been doing a lot of the lead generation along with the Lynchburg Regional Business Alliance that helps with that. And we are getting somewhere finally. So that's
Great
good.
news.
And then also our shell building in the New London Business and Technology Center Park. It's a 40,000 square foot building that is gravel on the inside and absolutely gorgeous on the outside and ready to go. And we are talking to a company right now that is
Great.
doubling production and very interested in utilizing that building. So as long as I get these contracts signed, then I can talk about it. But in addition to that, we've had Blue Ridge Optics has expanded this year. Custom Truck One Source has added a lot of jobs. We had the new grocery store, Elba Butcher Shop, that moved into the town of Bedford, and Minnie and Forest and other areas too at Smith Mountain Lake, for example. There's several there. There's actually a national chain that is looking at a lot at Smith Mountain Lake on the Bedford County side right now, so that's happening. The Needhawk Lumber Company in Montvale, they came during 2020. And then we just announced Damage Prevention Solutions, and they have this, what they call signal tape that goes underground. And when someone tries to dig on that to put natural gas in or fiber or whatever, if there's something else already under there, it will send up either smoke signal or this tape that is bright colored, and it says warning, you know.
Oh, wow.
So no digging. So it's kind of like Miss Utility, you know, but heavier.
Yeah.
It's like more in your face, like don't
Right.
be
This is
digging
warning.
here.
Yes, exactly. This is a good thing.
But they have contracts with, you know, power companies, and people all over are very interested in protecting their assets, and damage prevention will help them do that. So they located in the New London Business and Technology Center Park this year. Where they're getting ready to
That's
build.
awesome.
Yeah.
We've got some great companies.
Right. Lightsheet is one that does the LED lights, and they created a tool this year that has to do with COVID. It basically sterilizes equipment inside of a box, but it does it through LED, you know, lighting systems, UV type of lighting. And then we had nanotouch solutions, where when you open the door and they have that sticker that says nanotouch, that is actually keeping you from getting COVID. It's not just COVID, but, you know, Ebola in Africa. So Africa bought some for that. And COVID, it's really exploded all over the world. They've got new orders, and they're doubling their production and doubling their facility right now.
Wow, there's so much going on. I tell you, that's
examples.
just a few, right?
Yeah. And I'm going to knock myself when I leave and say, why didn't I mention so and so?
Well, that'll be our next edition.
Exactly.
We'll give everybody newest and latest and greatest updates.
Yeah.
But that's a lot that's going on just right there.
Yeah.
So, what do you think would be a game changer for Bedford? What do you think that we need? And what are you looking for?
For Bedford town, it's probably the train stop. If they could get a train stop,
infrastructure,
and there's, you know, things like that. But for the county, it's broadband right now.
Yes.
Think about your own life, and if you did not have internet at your house during COVID, how would you have handled, you know, if you were being asked to work from home?
And the students,
you're at a disadvantage instantly if you don't have high-speed internet. So the county, the Board of Supervisors right now, they've put aside some funding this year to see if there's things that they can do to meet the internet service providers part way. And, you know, they've already put up the towers that you see. There's 11 tower sites.
Okay.
And then we've lit up, I call it lit up. It's almost like electrification, but at Smith Mountain Lake and Manita and Huddleston, there in the lake area, that we've been able to provide. Comcast, through a grant that we got through the Tobacco Commission, has been able to provide internet to 8,000 homes.
Wow.
And that did not have this before.
And they have to be so thrilled.
Well, think of what
That's
that
a
does
life
to the real
changer.
estate market. I mean, that alone, COVID has helped too, because we're a rural area to some degree, so people want to come here. But also, it's about internet. You know, you can work from home if you have high-speed internet.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, that is a game changer for sure. So I want to ask a little bit more about you too, so people can get to know you. Who has been your mentor for you?
My mentor. I have so many people that I look up to. You're one of them, Wendy, but I do have a lot of people that I look up to. One that is more of a mentor in my career is Lee Cobb, and he passed away recently, and you've probably heard about that. He was a well-decorated Marine, veteran, served for our country, and he's the reason I got into economic development. He hired me when I left Erickson because I had 2 kids that I was raising, and I was traveling back and forth and all over the world. So I took a job for our region and did regional economic development at Virginia's Region 2000 partnership. And at that time, he was at the helm there, and he hired me. And, before that, he was the Lynchburg economic developer. So I learned a lot of new tools from him. And then I ended up in Bedford County and was able to utilize some of those and still call on him when I needed to. So it's a real loss for our region to lose him. But he was my
Absolutely.
mentor.
Oh, wow. I love to hear the stories of how people are led and, who really was instrumental in, helping them
Right.
to find either their true calling or, whatever they're being led to. And what a game changer, what a person that invested in you. And look now
Yeah.
at the difference that you're making every single day right here in Bedford. And we're so thankful
Aw, thank
for all that you do. So I say we dedicate the show to him.
That's very nice. His wife would appreciate that.
Yes. Well, thank you. We appreciate you. And we know there's a lot more coming to Bedford, and you're out there making it all happen. And you and the team and their board of supervisors and Robert Hiss and everyone, Pam. Pam is awesome. Bedford One and all that she does behind the scenes.
We
and
have a great team, don't we?
oh
All
my
of
gosh,
us.
we do.
The town, the county, all of the players at all different levels. We just have great people that live here, and we work
do.
well together.
And they all inspire us every single day to just make a difference in our area. And Bedford, we feel blessed to be here just because of what a great, just healthy climate that we have. And thank you again. And we'll look forward to better things to come.
Well, we'll be working with you a lot this year as we work on all of the workforce development and making sure that our youth know that we have jobs right here in the region and what they can do to get those jobs.
Absolutely. And internships, I got a call this morning. So we're working towards continuing those programs within the schools for the high schools. So
Good.
we'll look forward to helping more with Bedford One and more to come with job fair and disc golf.
Yeah.
Coming up in April the 10th.
Yeah,
So
disc
anyone,
golf, and we're getting there. Like I wonder if we have more disc golf courses per capita than any other place in America.
I wonder too. I think we do,
Yeah.
Tracy. We're getting there. What is it? 6 that are.
Yeah, I believe we have 6 now. If you count the one that our Rotary Club, Bedford Rotary Club,
Yes.
and the one at Liberty High School are still working on it, but it's almost done. And then there's a new one here in the town of Bedford, and there's also Falling Creek, Montvale, Manita, and New London.
New London,
And New
the
London
new one coming.
is right there in our industrial park. And, businesses like
a great
to locate
area.
where there's disc golf and walking trails, running trails, and, underground utilities and campus feel and all of that's very appealing in New London.
It all makes a difference. And with this environment, I think getting outdoors is really helping people.
Oh, yeah.
To, have that better mental, attitude and just really being able to just feel safe, I think.
Absolutely.
So we're looking forward to the disc golf April the 10th. Yes.
Yeah.
And that will be at Bedford Parks and Rec. Oh, and on your birthday. That's right. It's your birthday. We will celebrate while we're out there on the course. I'll try not to beat you, which
Okay.
I can't guarantee. I've never played, so I really don't think I will.
I think you might like it.
But I'm excited to learn, and this is for novice, so anyone can come out and they can register on our website, and you can go right to bedfordareachamber.com and sign up, and we'll look forward to seeing you there on the course. Thanks
Thank
again,
you,
Tracy.
Wendy.
Have a great day.